What's going on, folks? Welcome back to We the Champs. I'm your host, Jalen. You already know the co-host, J-Boat, and we have a very special childhood friend, legend in the building. Everybody, I
Man,
want y'all to say what's up and welcome Daniel,
yeah.
aka D
What's
Square.
good? What's good? Appreciate y'all having me, man. For
The
real. This is a pleasure.
star.
Love everything.
It's about time. About time. It's good to have you, bro. So, yeah, Danny, guys, just let me get into the spiel about him a little bit. So, he's actually a good childhood friend of mine. We went to middle school together. We went to a different high school when we got older, and I didn't see him for years. We kept up a little contact in high school, but I didn't see him for years. And we both, he went to UNC, graduated Chapel Hill. I came up to Charlotte, and I randomly saw this man in a grocery store, literally like 10 years later. Mind blowing experience. It's like, bro, what the hell are you doing here? And and so we kind of kept intact after that. Then Danny? How do we like really start linking up
Yeah.
afterwards?
So yeah, like it was like 2016, I think. Like we had linked in a food line. We had linked up a little bit, but it wasn't anything crazy.
Mhm.
And then like the COVID times, like it was Trey had came to my crib. Like we all got a mutual friend named Trey for those that's watching.
Trey
Um,
Rhodes.
Yup, Trey Rhodes. And he he had came to one of my parties. It was just random. I just invited him to the house. He was like, "Yo, just come through." And he just completely worked the room. You know what I mean? And we just chopped it up. Like, you know what I mean? He was like, "Yo, like like, link up with like Jalen, Jay, like all my boys. Like we all need to link up." So you know what I mean? Just came over to the crib. We all started chopping it up. Got in cool with Jay. Found out we had a lot of mutual friends as well. You know what I mean? From that
Mhm.
area. And it was just up from there. We was just cool ever since, having the Monopoly nights, linking up.
Oh man.
Hooping,
Like it's been
hoop-
since.
eating good food. Danny used to be like, man, y'all trying to go eat here, boy? Y'all trying to go eat here?
It was
Hey,
like,
this is one food loving ass boy, bro.
I'm
Or
telling
food loving ass man, I should say.
you, it's like you gotta have a good eats, man. You gotta eat.
All right, and yeah, guys, Danny's he's been a musician, artist, but he's dropping some new heat that's already dropped.
Right.
It's this new EP release called Free. He has a badass song in there called Nick Saban. I love that one, and we'll get into that later. And we'll also have a little freestyle performance from Danny. But let's
Ooh.
let's get into some sports, guys. So we have a big fight coming up this weekend for you boxing heads. We have we have reigning champion Devin Haney versus the Golden Boy, the modern Golden Boy, in Ryan Garcia, April 20th showdown.
I'm gonna sit this
I'm
one out.
excited for this one. Hey, go ahead, man. Give us the whatever you got for us. But I'm really excited about this one. Two big names in boxing. I mean, you have, the irony of it is Ryan Garcia is actually the bigger name. He's the Instagram star. Like even, like it's crazy. Even young girls know his name that don't even watch boxing. They're like, oh, Ryan Garcia, he's cute. Then
It's like-
then you have Devin Haney in the other corner, just a straight up dog, just artful tactician in boxing. He's holding all the belts, taking on all the hardest challenges, and they clash this Saturday for the fight. And what a lot of people don't know is that they've already met 6 times in the amateurs, and they split those 3-3. So I mean, you have Devin Haney, of course, who's the heavy favorite in this matchup, but there's familiarity. There's familiarity right here with Garcia in this matchup. How you feel about it, Dan?
yeah, no, great matchup. Garcia is a big draw. The only crazy part is I think they were a little bit overzealous as far as the ticket sales, because if you look the way them tickets selling right, good right
It's not.
at
It's not
all.
doing too good.
Like if you look at the open seats, like stuff like that, I think the fact also that Devin isn't a huge draw. He's more that tactic, bring 12 rounds. But I think right, especially after Garcia's last performance on that fight with Tank. Devin's really talented. He can pretty much do everything you ask aside from the power piece. He's not gonna knock you
Hmm.
out or anything like that. But I just feel like everything that you want from a great boxer he has, and he's able to take your big weapons away from you. And I think that's the reason that he will get the edge over Garcia. Because that nice hook, you know what I mean? And even Gervonta Davis exposed that. Like, he was waiting for him at left. And he was
it's that hot, that hot left.
So when he finally found that opening, it was boom. There he got that knockdown. And I think,
and he leaves himself open a lot at that point.
Yes.
And he drops his So it's that jab, that high hook. I mean, he can switch it up. He can do the body hook, but he drops that right hand off, and that exposes him. And then Haney is one who is real strategic with body targeting, so he can crack open Ryan Garcia in that fashion. However, I think the one thing, but with both fighters, staying disciplined is really the big part. So for Garcia's part, it's like, okay, get to your spots, keep those hands up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's boxing 1-on-1, but still, when you get in that ring, it's different. And the big thing for Haney, I think, is playing his game. So we've seen him before get put in the corners and he throws up that high shell when guys are hitting him. That can be dangerous if he gets Garcia in that point. And I mean, it's absolutely certain Haney's the better fighter. I mean, you got the tactician versus the athlete. You know what I mean? That's what kind of story this is. What's that?
I was just saying, easily better. And the thing is, though, and what Haney's gonna have to watch out for is his chin has not been tested. We don't know what that chin looked like for real. Like, Loma was getting a good bump. He was really putting him into some trouble, but it was never any point where Haney hurt. And it was like, okay, like, he might get knocked down. That might happen with Garcia. All Garcia needs is a few windups, a few punches, and it could get.
It can get ugly, bro. And then I say I give Garcia a little more bump in this fight, as opposed to the Tank fight, just because that confidence of that rivalry. Like, I mean, you guys know, if you playing a sport against the same team, or you're going 1-on-1 against the same guy in combat sports, it's that's true mental warfare. I've had wrestling matches. I've had guys in my region where I had to go against them 3, 4, 5 times, and it's like doing his ass, and that 4th time, bro, he kind of ready for me, bro. And it's like when they get that edge on you, they smell blood. They're coming for it. And that's depending on what kind of dog they are. Now, a lot of guys are taking that dog out of Garcia because they want to say he gave up against Gervonta Tank Davis after that body shot. But I know how those body shots feel.
Bro, like that's straight up. You get hit there, that wind is out of you, and it's over. Ain't nothing you could do. You're going to try to move your body. You're going to try to get there, but it just ain't going to happen. So it's like, he gave up, but it was like he didn't really have much of a choice. So like one shot, it was over with.
And then, like I said, I mean, not saying he was totally inhabited by intimidation. However, but I know he's more confident going against the champion and Devin Haney than he was as opposed to Tank. I almost said Tank Garcia, Tank Davis. So I kind of like what's going on here. I can see Haney, running it for the first couple rounds, and Garcia actually getting a good shot, getting hot on him, just getting hot on him, gaining his confidence. But if Devin, what's up?
I said, just like the Tank fight, like the beginning of that fight, the shots in, you know what I mean? He was looking like, okay, like giving Gervonta a little bit of run for his money. And then the whole time, though, Gervonta was setting that joint up. That's all he was doing. So then once he one little opening, that was it.
Yeah, but I just think Haney's that dude, man. Through adversity, if he does take some good shots, in the middle rounds, I think he'll work back in, stay disciplined. His dad will get him right, work that footwork, and just, edge the shot. Strategic body shots, open them up. But let's just go ahead.
Bro, that's what he does well with taking other people's weapons away from them. You know what I'm saying? Comfortable. And that's the biggest thing that you can do in boxing, bro, because if you in any sport, really, like if you playing ball and so you letting dude get to his spots every single time, a guy like KD or something like that, they're gonna burn you every single time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the same thing with boxing. If you let guys get comfortable, they're gonna burn you. But like I said, like Haney does well is he's taking that away from you from the moment that bell rings. So yeah, I think I got Haney for sure by UD unanimous decision. I think it's gonna go all 12.
Man, I think just because of the name, man, I think Garcia will put up a good match, but I think you might see some funny things with the judge call. So I'm gonna say split decision.
Split?
Devin Haney, yes, yeah.
So you think it's gonna be like Garcia will give him some because split decision is like, hey.
I think Garcia can take some rounds for sure, and like I said, it could be. I'm not saying the true eye test, but the judge call. I can see a split decision happening.
Yeah, you never know. But I mean, you got to also understand, bro, like them judge cards is always going to be in the benefit of the champion and who got them belts. Mm-hmm. So if it's going to be like, and I see what you're saying, though, like that split decision, if it does come down to that, it's probably going to go to Haney. You know what I'm saying? If it's kind of like that middle, like, all right, like where we going to go? It's going to go to Haney for sure. So I definitely see what you're saying.
All right. But definitely Haney's taking this one. If the three of us in there, if the three of us in there, Devin Haney taking this one.
Yes, if he could beat Lomachenko, there's no way that he can't beat Ryan Garcia because Lomachenko's
precisely
hell of a fighter. He
took all right.
But it's just like, hey man, like
he did, man. It's like, bro, you still that dude, man. Just keep fighting.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's the thing, bro. He really only got like 12 fights. Like, 1,000 fights in the amateurs, but shoot, like you can keep going. Shoot, why not? Like keep on fighting, man. He could beat pretty much anybody else. If you ask me, shoot, like Loma probably could have beat Tank if they would have fought, like back in that heyday. Mm-hmm. But like back in like 2015, 2016, well, like more like 2017, they were really trying to push that Tank and Lomachenko fight, and Floyd was not having it.
They were not about to. No, they weren't about to like fight him.
He had nothing to do with it.
It was about to protect their investment.